The Colts, Dave, you were putting disrespect on Jonathan Taylor's name. He made you come out this week and say, okay, he wasn't Trent Richardson this week, but but you gave the backhanded compliment, which I love. It's like he had a good week, but let's see how he does going forward. He can go right back into that Trent Richardson pile.
Just like that, Ricky.
It's almost like the How I Met Your Mother when Lily goes, pay up, and Marshall goes, not yet. That's Dave. It's like take him out of the Trent Richardson conversation. Not yet. You're still banking on it.
Games, but several of them. But
how should people look at this Colts offense against the Raiders this week? Rivers, Hines, Taylor's, T.Y. Hilton. You got Michael Pittman.
Question mark, man. Mm-hmm. Like I'm good with starting Taylor. I'm 100% good with that. Hines as a flex guy, he's middle. Like if you're in a deeper league, he's fine. He's probably somewhere ranked around like RB, maybe like 30 on my board if I'm ballparking it. But T.Y. Hilton, someone who all of a sudden, like the whole year, he's just not gotten the ball thrown at him. I don't know what Phillip Rivers and him don't have in common, but it just never seemed to work. All of a sudden, he's gotten a little bit of love. He's still T.Y. Hilton. I still don't trust it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Won't do it. I will go running back. I would not take T.Y. Hilton as a starter this week. I'm afraid of that.
Like, I mean, the thing with the Colts, too, this week is, first off, the Raiders, where do you expect them to bounce back? Are the Raiders just that team to where they've become the, like, if X team is playing them, expect that offense to pop off? Because you had the Falcons have a good game, and now the Jets have had a good game against this defense.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough for me to say that, like, it's one specific thing, but their run defense is awful. And that opens up things for other things. Like, it's just, it kind of goes downhill. I don't think it's it's a must-start situation, but, like, Jonathan Taylor definitely benefits, and Heem Hines definitely benefits from going up against a team that has struggled historically. So, yeah. They're not Cowboy level bad.
No.
But they did have a bad performance.
Like, Jonathan Taylor, I will say, the 19 points last week was good. He should have, him and Hines should both have opportunities to do well. However, if I have Hines, I'm more inclined to start him than I do Jonathan Taylor, despite the week last week. Because, Dave, although I've been a Jonathan Taylor supporter when you've been calling him Trent Richardson, it's also the side of the table where you go, yeah, but was last week just a really good week? Was that just a boom week, and then you're going to come back down to where you were? Yet again, if you're in my situation in the playoffs, maybe you throw Jonathan Taylor out there because you're like, fuck it, I need to be desperate here. Like, we're getting into this week is desperation week, just like week 16 will be desperation week for some championship games that go the 2-week model. But, like, Phillip Rivers deserves a look at if you're somebody questioning your quarterback. Both running backs deserve a look. The wide receivers, though, it's like, I think Pittman is, if I'm going Pittman or T.Y., Pittman's the guy I go with. But, like, yet again, if you need some desperation, throw Hilton out there, because I think this Colts team, I think this Colts team is going to do well. I think the Raiders lose. I'll spoil that pick right now. I think the Colts will do really well against this Raider team, and the Raiders have just turned into the team that if X offense is playing them, play that offense in fantasy.
Right. I get you.
Any final thoughts, Dave? Any questions that you may have about fantasy? Anything that's going through your head?
I got no other questions. I feel pretty good about my team. I think that things are laid out well for me to path to victory this shit. Really, it just comes down to, like, actually, I do have one.
Okay.
Juju Smith-Schuster. That Buffalo matchup we mentioned earlier, he has not been incredibly productive. He is getting touches, but not yardage. Basically, he is I don't want to call him a bubble screen guy, but he's turned into the, like, 3-yard throw and try to make up ground kind of a situation, which leads him to last week, 7 of 10 catches into targets, and only 28 yards. Yes, it's great. He got 10 balls thrown at him. He caught 7 of them. But again, only 28 yards. Like, is this something I should be concerned about? Because, again, he got bailed out with a late touchdown against Baltimore. Jacksonville, he had, I think, 4 catches for 19 yards. Like, this is not uncommon. He has turned into a short ball mover kind of a guy, even though Claypool is supposed to be there, even though they have Deontay Johnson, even though they have Washington. Like, they have so many weapons over there. I wonder, like, Juju's still getting targets, but he's no longer getting the amount of yardage that we used to expect out of him as the season goes on.
So if I wouldn't have made this move before the show, Dave, I would have told you to pick up Jamison Crowder, but I'm sorry, I did it.
Okay.
You know who I would go pick up if I were you?
Who's that?
Corey Davis. This is going to bite me in the butt because I'm playing you. But Corey Davis is somebody who, so before last week, against the Colts had 11.7, against Baltimore had 16.3, against Indianapolis had 10, against Cleveland 35.2. Am I expecting another 35-point game? No. But Jacksonville, here's the thing about Jacksonville, that it's either going to go one or two ways for you with Corey Davis. Yep. One, he's going to do minorly well and get you about 15 to 16.
That's pretty good. That's minorly area. Well?
Or they could be in a situation where Mike Glennon is actually the answer for Jacksonville, and they play up to the Titans, who have not been that good recently. And we have another situation where Jacksonville's winning, limits the run game because they can't give it to King Henry, which just means Corey Davis is going to get more touches. Like, so either way, if Jacksonville,
I think that's great advice.
Like, if Jacksonville plays up, or if the Titans blow them out, Corey Davis should get points.
And Jacksonville's a safer, or you think Corey Davis is a safer bet than Juju this week?
Yes. I wouldn't touch anybody on that fucking Steelers. Like, the reason why I wouldn't touch anyone on that Steelers team is they have become, I'm trying to think. They're basically the Patriots of old without Julian Edelman. Where it's like with Tom Brady, it was, Edelman's going to get his points. Wes Welker will get his. But, like, besides that, you don't fucking know. The whole Drew Brees before Michael Thomas popped off. You avoid Drew Brees, you avoid Aaron Rodgers, you avoid these old adages we used to say, where, avoid these wide receivers because you don't know who's going to catch the ball. They have 3 of them. Claypool, and I feel like Claypool, Johnson, and even Washington have better chances to get points than Juju. And it sucks because remember fucking Juju, I was watching old tape, by the way, and the Steelers had Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace, and then fucking Juju. And then they had fucking, when Wallace was number 1, they had someone else, and then Juju was the one that was popping off because their 1 and 2 were guarded off. So, I mean, I would avoid the Steelers.
Juju's the one, and he's eating all the coverage and the doubles.
Yeah,
so,
I'm avoiding Big Ben. I'm not playing him. My question is, I picked up Sam Darnold, so I just did that right now. My question is, should I be confident in Kirk Cousins against the Buccaneers?
Yes.
That's what I'm leaning on. Yet again.
One, I think because Dalvin Cook is so good, they can't pin their ears back on you guys. You got that running game. Dalvin Cook's a game changer. There's no way they can do bad. They're not going to kill Kirk Cousins. Let me put it that way.
I have Dalvin Cook too, so I'm hoping the run game pops off. But let's hope CJ Lamb isn't eating up any touchdowns that should be going to Dalvin Cook. But Dave,